This is how I stopped seeking validation and found my own voice. For a long time, I never painted alone. Even when I was the only person in the room, my mind was crowded. I was painting for a jury of invisible people, friends, strangers, critics, and a society that seems to have an opinion on everything. I was obsessed with being good enough by their standards. I would pause before every stroke wondering, what will they think of this? Is this trendy enough? Is this what a successful artist look like in 2026? But trying to live up to the world's expectation is trying to catch the wind. It's exhausting and it leaves you empty. One day, I simply decided I was done. I realized that the world is just a collection of different opinions, and none of them were more important than my own self. I decided to start painting as if no one was watching, as if the internet doesn't exist, and as if I had nothing to prove. Today, I want to talk about how I silenced those voices to finally hear my own. Think about it this way. Imagine you're applying for a position at 3 different companies. You submitted the exact same resume to company A, B, and C. Company A tells you you're too quiet. Company B says you're exactly the person they needed. Company C says your lack of experience. You really haven't changed. The lines of who you are haven't shifted. Only the lens of the person looking at you has. When I truly understood this, I felt an immense relief. I realized that trying to be perfect for everyone is a mathematical impossibility. If you change yourself to please the one who wants to be more, you will disappoint the one who loved you for being less. I decided to stop hurting myself by chasing something impossible. I stopped trying to be the correct version of myself for an audience that doesn't exist. Once you accept that someone's dislike of you is just a reflection of their own taste, not your own value, you're finally truly free. We live in a world that is incredibly loud. Even when we're alone in our rooms, we're surrounded by their inspiration noises of social media. We're constantly flooded with images of how we should look, how we should travel, and how we should succeed. I noticed that the more I look at them, everyone else was doing, the quieter my own intuition became. I was so busy consuming other people's lives that I forgot I had my own story. To find your voice, you have to learn how to be quiet again. You have to intentionally block out the noises. I had to stop scrolling and start looking at my own life. The messy corner of my room, the way a specific memory makes me feel, the small quiet things that only I could notice. You don't find your identity by looking at others. You find it by noticing where your own attention naturally goes when no one's watching. What do you love when you're not trying to be cool? What makes you feel at peace when you're not trying to be productive enough? This shift led me to focus on intention rather than just the result. In every part of life, there are endless tips on how to look professional or how to follow rules of success. But a life built only on rules is a hollow shell. The drawing I'm working on today, I'm not making it because it'll perform well on a screen. I'm making it to preserve a feeling. It's based on a soft, blurred moment of the day spent with my dear friend. Society might tell us to be sharper, faster, or more vibrant to catch attention, but my heart tells me to lean into softness and warmth. Of course, if I wanted to grow this account faster, I could focus on what works. I could share art tips, follow the latest trends, or create content specifically designed to catch the eyes. Perhaps that would be more productive. But I realized that I don't want to create a performance. I want to create something that feels like a warm hug. And that is my value. That is the art and the life that I want to pursue. I found that following the quiet pull of my own voice feels more unique than any other loud trends could ever be. In a world of sharp edges and high pressure, my goal is always simple. I want you to look at what I've made and feel a sense of warmth. I want to give you a reason to smile. When I stopped looking for validation, I found my intention. And I realized that when you focus on your intention, on the feeling that you want to cultivate, your voice finds itself. Sincerity is the only style that never goes out of fashion. But I have to be honest with you. This shift didn't happen overnight. In fact, I'm still working on it. Just because I decided to stop seeking validation doesn't mean those voices vanished. The world is still fast, and it still demands more. And since I'm a human, I can't help but care about that. So for me, this has become a daily practice. A practice of staying soft in a world that asks us to be hard. I've started checking in with myself more often, and I ask, am I being genuine at this moment, or am I performing it? I realized that the uniqueness isn't just a secret formula or technical skill. Maybe it's the stubbornness to walk at your own pace. It's the courage to reject the efficient shortcut so you can stop and look at the flowers along the way. And I want to choose kindness over perfection. I choose to prioritize my intention, the why behind my work. And when I do that, I feel like I just don't find my style, I find my peace also. I'm learning that walking my own path isn't just lonely, it's just quieter, warmer way to embrace my own world. Looking back at this journey, I realized that I didn't just find my style, I find a home within myself. By learning to drown out of the world's expectations and leaning into my quiet intuition, I found a peace that I didn't know I was missing. My voice became a steady anchor that allowed me to create with sincerity. And if there's one thing I hope you to take away from our time together today, it's that I want the same for you. I know how tempting it is to follow the crowd. It's safer to walk the path that others have paved and to speak the language they understand. But your voice is so valuable. It is a value that cannot be measured by someone else. It is worth listening to it. You have your own unique experiences. No one has seen the world through your eyes. And I feel like that is your power, and that is your uniqueness. Please keep that in mind as you move through your own noisy world. Don't let the glare of others' success blind you to the beauty of your own light. Your perspective is a gift that only you can give. You don't need to be louder to be heard. You just need to be yourself. Your story is worth telling, and your voice is worth hearing. I hope you to find the courage to listen to it today. As I put my pen down and look at what we created today, I realize that the most beautiful part of this piece isn't the technique or the colors. It's the silence that lives within it. It's a fact that for a few hours the world's expectation didn't exist. There was just a memory and the truth of being myself. I hope that by sharing this journey, I've given you a small piece of permission today. Permission to be misunderstood. Permission to be yourself. Finding your voice isn't just a one-time achievement. It's a quiet daily choice to turn down the volume of the world so you can finally hear the signal of your own heart. It's choosing sincerity over perfection and peace over validation. Before I finish this video, I want you to leave with a final question I wanted to ask so much. If the world stopped watching, if there were no numbers to chase, and no standards to meet, what would you create? What would you do today simply because it makes your soul feel at home? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, not for the algorithm, but because I truly value the unique voices each and one of you. Let's hold a space for each other's stories. Thank you for spending this slow, intentional time with me. It is a gift that I never take for granted. Stay soft and be gentle with your heart, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!